Hey, happy day to you all. So I want to just jump right into this. I actually made this video yesterday while sitting in front of the computer. Thought it was relatively organized, for my rambling self. But then I realized I never actually turned on the microphone and it was silent. So right now, let's go ahead and spend a few minutes. Let's talk about this Fed meeting that's coming in just a handful of, probably almost hours at this point, right? Wednesday the 17th. So there's a lot of excitement going on with it, right? And when there's excitement, one of the forms of excitement is also fear. And I looked at the general market this morning, and it looks like that's starting to kick in a little bit. There's a little bit of a sell-off. It's going to keep going up overall the next several days. I'm confident of that. And I'll spend a couple of minutes here to tell you why, how, and some thoughts of what you should do and be prepared for it, at least in terms of what I am. Because with this Fed meeting, there are three possibilities. Only three. But only three realistic ones, right? And I really see a very strong chance of only one of them. But I think you should have a plan set for what you expect to happen, what you expect to happen, how it could go wrong, and then at least a small concept as to what if what you don't think is going to happen does. In this instance, with the rate cut, the three options: no rate cut, 25 basis points cut, I think 0.25% essentially, or a 50 basis point cut, 0.5% cut. Now, all three of these are possible. I think it's most likely to be the 25 basis point, right? It's what the main thought is. Not that the main thought is always right, but it typically is, so that's the one I'm going to presume and believe for now. So let's just hit very briefly what I'm going to do in each of these situations, not for you to mimic or copy me, but hopefully to help prompt some thought for you guys of making sure you have a plan of what you're going to do. And if your plan is just to sit there, smile, and hodl no matter what, then I guess it doesn't really effing matter, right? So let's presume I'm right, the general we is right, and there's a 25 basis point cut. We know this is a buy the rumor event because it's already happening. The question is it a sell the news or buy the news event? And very briefly, in case you're not sure what that means, buy the rumor is what's happening right now, is that there's the rumor of a rate cut, pending very likely. But people are buying crypto based off of the rumor. We believe it's going to happen, so people are buying to front run it. Prices go up. So then the question is, when there's a cut, is it going to be a sell the news event or a continue to buy the news? Meaning when they announce the rate cut, is the price going to keep going up? Are people going to buy due to excitement of it actually happening? Or are people going to start selling off for either profit or fear that other people are going to sell it off and they're going to go down and they lose money? I think it's more likely that second scenario, where we're going to continue going up, probably 1 to 5 days after the rate cut announcement, and then it's going to retrace and come back down. However, major caveat with this is that for the general market, so most coins, not all of them, if we start here, we're going to buy the rumor, a couple first days buy the news, and then sell the news, and then we end up still higher than where we are now. This is the higher low concept. And I think that is incredibly likely. That's actually what I expect is going to happen. And so what I'm doing for it is kind of nothing. I'm putting a little bit of money aside so that way I have it in USDC essentially. So if and when there's dips, or if I'm wrong, I can hop in on new positions or DCA or leverage. Right? I'm just kind of waiting to see what's going to happen because there is definitely going to be some volatility right now. If I am wrong and it's a buy the rumor, buy the news event, then I'm just peachy keen and happy because everything's going up and I end up in more profits just like everybody else. So in either scenario for this, presuming there's a 25 basis point cut, I'm not going to really do much of anything other than keep an eye on the market to see if I should end up doing something. Right? I have a couple of sell limits set. One or two of them might hit if it's a huge reaction. But you guys know, if you guys have been here a couple of times, huge fan of just putting in buy limits, sell limits. That's why I bought and sold so many things in my sleep. It's wonderful. So let's go with what I think is the least And I'll skip that one for now. Let's go much less likely. 50 basis point cut. A few people have been calling for it, so I think it's worth talking about. If that happens, there's going to be a lot more volatility. Things are going to go up a lot higher for a short period of time. And I think it's going to be a similar scenarios to what I just described, except it will be notably larger boost, specifically in the large cap coins. We'd probably see more volatility in the micro caps because everyone will see that as degenerate gambling, because now they got the signal to go risk on, motherfuckers, and everyone starts buying the memes and the micro caps. We get a lot more of the Wall Street guys coming in on EFTs, which is where we're going to see the large caps go up. And we're going to have people yelling it's altcoin season. And it might be true at that point. A 50 basis point cut, specifically with some other big news. It could be macroeconomic, it could be just very subjective, and Donald Trump posts something that gets everyone excited, saying World Liberty Financial is having a meeting with, name a large crypto, XRP, Algo, hbar, any of that, and boom, things are going to go up. So it could be the start of alt season if there's a 50 basis point cut. That's very possible, actually. And if they call a 50 point basis cut, I'm going to go throw in some long leverage. Like I've already got a couple in mind, approximate prices and stuff, everything set, just in case he calls for it. Because I don't want to buy spot on that one, but I will do a couple of 20 to 50% gains on certain crypto and see how that goes. And whether a 50 point cut causes an altcoin season or just major skyrocketing in prices, there's going to be volatility, right? So the faster things go up, generally the faster they tend to come down too, right? We all get freaked out by 15-20% drops. Were you guys around here in 21 when Bitcoin dropped by, 53% in pretty much a week, halfway through the cycle? Yeah, it was exciting, watching everyone lose their shit, and then went out to all-time highs, right? So possibility with that. I don't think there's going to be a 50 point cut, but I'm ready in case there is. The tertiary option, and this is the one that I think is least likely, but hey, there's a chance. So I think you have to at least accept the possibility of a zero rate cut. Again, very unlikely that's going to happen, but it could. And if it does, everyone's going to lose their crap even more, right? Like people. Right now, I'll tell you guys, though I don't think it's going to happen, people are going to be shouting, altcoin season's canceled, right? Because it's been canceled 7 times already due to pending World War III. See how that turned out. But people will call for it. And it might look a little cataclysmic. It might look a little bad for a bit. I wouldn't be surprised in that scenario if we drop down like the 50-day EMAs or more. Like seeing Bitcoin drop down to 94, 96K would not be surprising. Also not necessarily bad, just not what we want. Ethereum probably back down to, I think it was like a 34 to 3600 level in the worst case. And really what I would look at this as is, one, I would probably laugh at hearing about it. I laughed when, it was just my natural reaction, right? When Trump, a couple months ago, seems like a long time ago at this point, came out with like that 7-foot index card of tariffs. Holy fuck, that cracked me up. Like I knew everyone was going to start losing their shit. And I think this would be a similar scenario, where if I hear a no rate cut, I'm going to put down a short immediately on like some of the most, like Bitcoin, Ethereum, maybe look at XRP or so, but they're going to be options for me. Again, come up with your own plan of thought, guys, and have your numbers set ahead of time in case it does happen. But I would expect micro caps and a lot of memes to get annihilated, and it would just be a great buying opportunity. Really would. It would not cancel altcoin season. There's too many bullish things coming. We got 2 more Fed meetings this year. I want to say it's October 20th and December 10th. Yeah, let's go with those 2 dates. So there's going to be more rate cuts this year. I'm expecting at least one of those other 2 are going to get cut, and that's including the one this week. So 2 of 3 is what I expect. Could be all 3. We'll find out. But expect a lot of volatility. And I guess real quick, though, there's probably not too many if you guys left watching this at the end, but realize that altcoin season and bull cycles are not straight up green candles. The average, if you look at it over time, is up. But there's going to be a lot of ups and spike downs. There's going to be a lot of people calling a coin that 50% to 300% or more in one day crashes 80%. They're going to call it dead coin and trash. And then you're going to see it go up again. Right? So be ready for a lot of fun. I don't think that this rate cut is going to completely, quote unquote, start altcoin season. But the pieces of the puzzle are starting to really fit in. Let me know, guys, what you think. What do you think is going to happen to this rate cut? What are you going to do with this rate cut, whether it happens or doesn't happen? Do you guys have a plan? If not, now do you want to make a plan? I'll talk to you guys again soon. Peace.